Have you missed an opportunity where Bitcoin could have transformed your life and made you a millionaire? Is there still a chance of Bitcoin making you into one? Or has that ship long sailed and you are too late for the Bitcoin boom? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a topic that's on everyone's mind. How much Bitcoin do you need to become rich? It's a tantalizing question, and we're going to explore it from all angles. Just remember, this is not financial advice. This video is for entertainment only. The current state of Bitcoin. Alright, let's set the stage by talking about where Bitcoin is right now. It's like a roller coaster, with highs that make you feel invincible and lows that can be, well, pretty discouraging. So, what's driving this volatility? First off, market sentiment plays a massive role. News headlines about institutional adoption or celebrity endorsements can send prices soaring, while negative press, like regulatory crackdowns, can cause sharp declines. Adoption rates are another key factor. As more businesses accept Bitcoin and more people use it, demand rises, pushing the price up. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Regulatory news can be a double-edged sword. Positive regulations can boost the market, but rumors of bans or restrictions can have investors hitting the sell button faster than you can save Bitcoin. This year in particular has been very interesting with ETF news, the upcoming halving, and of course Gary and the circus, that is the SEC. So now that we got a snapshot of the current state of Bitcoin, let's delve into the factors that could turn this snapshot into a full-blown millionaire portrait. The role of ETFs in Bitcoin's price. Okay folks, let's talk about ETFs, or exchange-traded funds. An ETF is basically a basket of assets, like stocks, bonds, or in our case, cryptocurrencies, that you can buy or sell through a brokerage firm on a stock exchange. Think of it as a gateway for traditional investors to get into the crypto game without actually owning the underlying asset, which in this case is Bitcoin. So why are ETFs such a big deal for Bitcoin? Well, for starters, they can bring a ton of liquidity into the market. We're talking about institutional investors, hedge funds, and even your grandma, who's still not sure how to set up a digital wallet, but knows a good investment when she sees it. More money flowing into Bitcoin through ETFs can mean a higher price and more stability. In summary, ETFs will essentially open the floodgates for new investments. It will be so much easier for people to get exposure to Bitcoin, especially institutions and big money. The halving effect. Alright, let's shift gears and talk about something that sounds like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie. The halving. No, it's not the title of the next blockbuster. It's an event that happens roughly every 4 years in the Bitcoin world. So, what is it? Simply put, Bitcoin halving is when the reward that miners get for adding new blocks to the blockchain is cut in half. Yep, you heard that right. Halved, slashed, reduced by 50%. Now, why should you care? Well, past halving events have been like rocket fuel for Bitcoin's price. Let's take a trip down memory lane. The first halving in 2012 saw Bitcoin jump from around $12 to over $1,000 within a year. The 2016 halving? That paved the way for the 2017 bull run, where Bitcoin touched the sky at nearly $20,000. The most recent halving was followed by Bitcoin hitting nearly $70,000. So history suggests that halvings are bullish for Bitcoin, at least in the medium to long term. The next halving is expected around 2024, and if history repeats itself or even rhymes, we could see another significant price surge. However, it's crucial to remember that past performance is not indicative of future results. The crypto market is more mature now, and many other factors could influence Bitcoin's price. So, as we inch closer to the next halving, keep your eyes peeled and your strategies flexible. It could be a wild ride, and you'll want to be prepared for whatever comes next. Bullish price prediction. Alright folks, fasten your seatbelts because we're about to venture into some seriously optimistic territory. Imagine a world where Bitcoin hits an all-time high of around $150,000. Sounds like a dream, right? But let's break down why this isn't just a pipe dream and could actually happen. First off, let's talk mass adoption. We're already seeing major companies like Tesla and Square investing in Bitcoin, not to mention the growing number of retailers accepting it as a form of payment. As more and more big players enter the game, the demand for Bitcoin is likely to skyrocket. And as we all learned in economics, high demand plus limited supply equals, you guessed it, a higher price. Now, let's chat about regulations. I know, it's not the most exciting topic, but hear me out. Favorable regulations could be a game changer for Bitcoin. Imagine a scenario where governments around the world not only accept Bitcoin, but actively support its use. We're talking tax incentives, legal frameworks, the whole 9 yards. This would give institutional investors even more of a green light to dive in, further driving up demand and consequently the price. Last but not least, let's not forget about technological advancements. The crypto space is evolving at the speed of light. Innovations like the Lightning Network, which aims to make transactions faster and cheaper, could make Bitcoin more user-friendly and accessible. This would open the door to everyday use, transforming Bitcoin from a speculative asset into a true currency. So when you put all these factors together, mass adoption, favorable regulations, and technological advancements, it's not too far-fetched to think that Bitcoin could soar to $150,000 or even beyond. But remember, investing in crypto is risky business, so always do your homework and never invest more than you can afford to lose. Happy investing? Bearish price prediction. Okay, let's pump the brakes for a second and talk about the flip side of the coin. No pun intended. While we all love the idea of Bitcoin soaring to the moon, it's crucial to consider the scenarios where things don't go as planned. So let's dive into some of the factors that could send Bitcoin tumbling down the rabbit hole. First up, regulatory crackdowns. Governments around the world are still figuring out how to deal with cryptocurrencies, and not all of them are as open-minded as we'd like. Imagine waking up to news of a major country outright banning Bitcoin or imposing crippling taxes. That could send shockwaves through the market, leading to a mass sell-off and a plummeting price. And let's not forget, regulatory decisions can be very unpredictable. Next, let's talk market saturation. Right now, Bitcoin enjoys the spotlight as the OG of cryptocurrencies. But let's not forget the hundreds of other digital currencies vying for attention. As the market becomes more mature, Bitcoin could lose its unique appeal, leading to a decrease in demand. Do you think a new crypto could emerge as a new crypto darling? Let us know in the comments. And lastly, technological issues. While Bitcoin's blockchain is considered secure and robust, no technology is foolproof. A significant security breach or a failure to scale could undermine confidence in the entire system. If people start doubting the tech behind Bitcoin, you can bet your bottom dollar that its price will take a nosedive. So, while we all want to see Bitcoin succeed, it's essential to be aware of the potential pitfalls. Remember, the crypto market is a roller coaster, and it's always best to be prepared for both the ups and the downs. Invest wisely, and as always, never put in more than you can afford to lose. Calculating the Bitcoin needed to become a millionaire. Alright, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. The million-dollar question, literally. How much Bitcoin do you need to stash away to join the Millionaire Club? Well, grab your calculators and put on your thinking caps, because we're about to do some math. In a bullish scenario, let's say Bitcoin hits that dreamy all-time high of $150,000. To become a millionaire, you'd need approximately 6.67 Bitcoin. Sounds doable, right? But wait, before you start daydreaming about yacht parties, remember that this doesn't account for transaction fees, capital gains tax, or any sudden market changes. So you might want to add a little cushion to that number to cover all your bases. Now, let's flip the script and talk bearish. If Bitcoin were to stabilize around $60,000, you'd need about 16.67 Bitcoin to hit that million-dollar mark. Again, this is a ballpark figure, and you'll need to factor in those pesky fees and taxes. And let's not forget the potential for market volatility to throw a wrench in your plans. Speaking of risks, let's address the elephant in the room: taxes. Depending on where you live, you could be looking at a hefty capital gains tax when you decide to cash out. In the US, for example, the long-term capital gains tax can range from 0% to 20%, not including any state taxes. So if you're planning to be a Bitcoin millionaire, you might also want to become best friends with a tax advisor. And let's not forget fees. Whether you're buying, selling, or transferring Bitcoin, most platforms will charge you some sort of fee. While these might seem small in the moment, they can add up over time, eating into your millionaire budget. So there you have it. Becoming a Bitcoin millionaire isn't just about buying and holding. It's a complex game with its own set of rules, risks, and considerations. But hey, if it were easy, everyone would be doing it, right? As always, invest wisely, and may the crypto gods be ever in your favor. Realistic expectations and strategies. Okay, so we've crunched the numbers and daydreamed a bit about becoming Bitcoin millionaires. But let's bring it back to earth for a second. While it's fun to dream big, it's crucial to set realistic expectations. I mean, you wouldn't bet your entire life savings on a single roll of the dice in Vegas, would you? The same logic applies to Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. First off, Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Diversification is the name of the game. Sure, Bitcoin has the allure of high returns, but it's also got volatility that can give you a roller coaster of emotions. So consider spreading your investments across different asset classes: stocks, bonds, real estate, and yes, a sprinkle of Bitcoin. This way, if one market tanks, you've got others to fall back on. Now, let's talk strategy. Remember dollar cost averaging? It's like your trusty old friend who's always got your back. By investing a fixed amount at regular intervals, you can mitigate some of that infamous crypto volatility. So instead of going all in during a market high and then biting your nails when prices plummet, dollar cost averaging allows you to build your investment over time, smoothing out those highs and lows. In summary, becoming a Bitcoin millionaire is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It requires planning, discipline, and a dash of caution. So set realistic goals, diversify your portfolio, and consider tried and true strategies like dollar cost averaging. Alright, we've covered a lot of ground today, from the factors that could skyrocket Bitcoin's price to the nitty-gritty of how much Bitcoin you'd need to hit that coveted millionaire status. But remember, the crypto world is ever-changing, and while I've given you some food for thought, always do your own research. Be prepared for both the bull runs and the bear markets. So, what's the next step? Keep learning, stay updated, and be both cautious and optimistic. The road to becoming a Bitcoin millionaire is filled with twists and turns, but with the right knowledge and strategy, you're already ahead of the game. Subscribe to the channel if you loved this video, and turn on the notification bell for future top-quality crypto content. Happy investing!